can make an appearance though.
I feel a state of me. I got milk all down me and everything, but ridiculous.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm hoping that this is going to be a good angle. If you could see how the camera is, it's on a cushion, a box, a basket and the stand. So fingers crossed it's not going to topple off. But when I move out of the frame, I feel like it goes dark. But anyway, let's just pray that this is going to work. So today I'm making a recipe from my grandma. My mum sent it to me a couple of days ago and I've been wanting it for absolutely ages and she couldn't find it. So I'm very excited. I think it's going to remind me of her. It's called a hedgehog cake. I googled hedgehog cake and it comes up with actual cakes that look like hedgehogs. So I don't know why she's called it that. I don't know if she made that name up or if that was what it was called from the recipe she got, but it's very, very simple. This is probably going to be the shortest video I ever make because it's like a 3-step recipe, but I just really want to make it and I want to share it with you all because I have such fond memories of eating this. My grandma and granddad used to come and stay with me because my mum used to go away a lot and they'd look after us when we were at school, and I just remember her coming with tins of this stuff, and every day after school we'd get home and we'd sit down, have a cup of tea, a slice of this, and we'd talk about our day. And yeah, just it's going to remind me of that so much, so I'm really excited to make it. So all you need is margarine. I was wondering if you could probably use butter, but I think when you refrigerate it, it would go too hard, so I would stick with margarine, and I'm going to make it with margarine. Sugar, golden syrup. Oh, I need to check I have. Oh my god, I think I may just have enough. Drinking chocolate, she's written, so I guess any type of hot chocolate. And then biscuits, and she has suggested ginger biscuits, rich tea or digestives. I've got rich teas. And then just any plain cooking chocolate. I've got Lindt chocolate in here. So yeah, that is everything you need. I'm going to put everything up on the screen as I cook, so if you want to bake this with me, then please join in. It's super simple. All that happens is once it's all mixed together, you put it in. She has actually said a 7-inch cake tin. I think this is 8 or 9. I think 8, but it will do. So yeah, you need one of those greased and lined, and it is key to line it because it will get really stuck. This brings me back from the days of my sweet sterling. I literally cut 2 pieces of parchment that fit exactly in this, and it's so quick and easy. I just use spray oil to stick it down. So yeah, let's get baking. Hendrix wants to go outside. Thank you. You're going to be a good boy. Bear in mind, I'm working with this recipe. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see because of the reflection, but I am struggling to make out what she's written. So let's hope I do everything correctly. First step, melt margarine over gentle heat in a saucepan. 1/4 pound of margarine into a saucepan. What's 1/4 pound? 4 ounces, right? 4.1, that will do. Okay, so I'm gonna get that melting. Everything else I have weighed out, so while that's melting, let me just try and decipher the recipe. Add sugar, syrup, and then the drinking chocolate. So I've got the sugar, it's 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of drinking chocolate or hot chocolate, and 1 tablespoon of golden syrup. I'm gonna have to scrape the remains out of this because there's hardly any left. I just love golden syrup. You know, I never knew what went in this recipe other than biscuits. So you're gonna use 1/2 pound of biscuits, and I put them in here because it says to mash them up into little pieces. And then in brackets, I think she's written I used a liquidizer. So instead of putting it in my machine, because I don't want to wash it, I'm just gonna bash this up. I'm not using the knife. The trusty wooden spoon. So yeah, I just want to bash these up into small pieces. I do remember there being like large chunks of biscuits, so I don't want to make it really, really small. Oh my god, I think I made a hole in the bag. Not a good start. Okay, maybe we'll go into a bit of a montage, whatever they call it. This may take some time. Guys, yesterday my laptop decided to break on me. I'm gonna take that off for a bit because this is taking longer than I thought. So I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do a video today and get it uploaded next week, because I went to the Mac store and they said that I couldn't go in to see anyone. I had to book an appointment over the phone or ring up and like fix the computer over the phone. And I was like, I don't have time for this with 2 5-month-old babies. But luckily, I think I managed to fix the computer yesterday. I had to erase everything, which was a right pain. I started the process at 1:45 in the afternoon and I did not finish it until 7:30. I had to like messenger this guy back and forth on my phone, and he was taking like 4 or 5 minutes to reply to every question, alongside me trying to look after the boys and bath them and feed them and all that. So yeah, that was my whole day. But fingers crossed, it's all fixed and this will be going up next week. This isn't working so well. I think I'm going to put it into a bowl. You've come to have a look, have you? Okay. Making such a mess. I'm going to just put the big bits back in here. I should have listened to my gran. This would have been much easier in a machine. Anyway, it gives me some time to talk to you all. So how are we? It's currently, what day is it? Thursday here today. This week has flown by. But once again, nothing's happened. I've been in. Oh, margarine is pretty much melted. Do you know what, guys? I might leave these some quite big pieces, because I seem to remember my gran having large chunks in there. I don't want to make it really, really small. Yeah, so no news really from me. It's so cold here in Seattle. It's like due to snow any day now, but we haven't had any snow yet, so I'm wondering if it's going to come on the weekend. Who knows? It's definitely cold. It keeps going into the minuses, and I think this weekend it's down to like -6 or something crazy. I was speaking to one of my friends that lives in Canada the other day, and she was sitting outside in -12. I don't even, I couldn't. If you're watching this and you live in Canada, tell me how you do it, because I'm not. I like the cold, but not that cold. It's just the rain I hate, and I'm living in the rainy city. Okay, what do you think, Hendrix? Do you want a bit of biscuit? Oh, you lucky boy. Right, so the margarine is melted. What is the next step? Add the sugar, the golden syrup, and the drinking chocolate. It does say to do that off the heat, so Hendrix, looking for scraps. So yeah, in goes the sugar and the drinking chocolate, and then golden syrup. Oh, I love this stuff. Anyone else just love golden syrup? Scrape that off. Give it a stir. And what's next? Okay, there's an optional adding of currants or sultanas. You don't have to make it with those, but I think I'm gonna add them in because I remember having it with those in and I like them. So I think it's 2 ounces of sultanas. There we go. And then the biscuits. So basically, that is what makes up most of this recipe, the biscuits. Once this is all combined, you're going to flatten it into the tin. No wonder I remember this being so good. There is literally nothing healthy in it. That's what grandparents are for though, right? Always give you the best treats. If you're making this, do it in a bigger saucepan, is my tip. Okay, so now into the baking tin. Remember, it says to push it down. So I think I'm going to use a glove to do that. just show you how it's looking. Can you see? Gonna focus. Okay, I hope you can see that, guys. I'm just gonna arrange it flat into the tin. And it just sets for 2 hours. And then you pour chocolate over the top and voila. That is it. So simple, so easy, but so yummy. I'm wondering whether to make something else in this video. I may just wait until next month. I was gonna do the cinnamon buns, guys. I really wanna do them. I'm gonna make sure I do that next month. Because I'm dying to do that. You know, I'm trying not to speak about the elephant in the room, which is this pandemic still, because I don't want to mention it in every video, but just, I cannot see an end in sight at the moment and it's killing me. Me and Anna are both just getting so sick of everything now, as I'm sure all of you are. But okay, it is nicely flat in the tin, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it now in the fridge for 2 hours to set, and then do the topping with you a bit later. I'm going to clean up, and then the boys will probably get up from their nap, and I'll be back this afternoon to finish it off. Okay guys, it's quite a few hours later, and the mixture that we made has been chilling in the fridge for a good 2.5 to 3 hours. So it's pretty solid and firm to the touch. And I've just melted here 4 ounces of chocolate with, it said like a splash of milk, so I've done probably about a tablespoon of milk. And I'm just gonna pour that over, flatten it on top. I use the Lindt 70% dark chocolate. I mean, you could probably use more if you want like a thick chocolate top. I'm sure my gran used to make like a thick chocolate top. I feel like there was more chocolate than this, but I am gonna melt a little bit more chocolate, guys, because this is awfully thin. So I'm gonna say use at least 6 ounces of chocolate. Hello, gorgeous. You gonna come say hi again? Hendrix is back on the prowl, looking for more food. Anyone else with a golden retriever will know. If you know, you know. They're always after food. I just caught him with a boiled egg in his mouth because we threw it into the bin and we thought it had gone in the bin and it had gone in his toy box. And I heard this crunching and I was like, what is going on? And he had the whole egg in his mouth, but I managed to rescue it. Okay, so, ooh, that is hot. I'm just gonna pour this on top. And then there you have it, guys. That is it. Finito. It goes back in the fridge just to cool off and set, and then I'll cut it into squares with you and show you. Okay, I've quickly thrown it in the freezer because I don't have time. I need to do this before the boys wake up. So wait a couple of minutes, I'm gonna get it out, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna try it, and let you all know how good it is and how good it is compared to my gran's, because it's not gonna taste the same, I know it isn't. So let's see. Okay guys, I was being impatient and got it out. I could probably leave it a little more. It's not completely set, but I just want to taste it. I can't wait any longer. So I'm gonna cut it in just to like, I don't know. We'll just cut it into squares, maybe like 1 inch by 1 inch. See, it's quite crumbly. I think I should have bashed the biscuits more. I think my gran did. Like she said, I should have followed what she said. This is not gonna be as good as she made it. I'm gonna have to redo it. As long as some of them hold the shape, right? And probably as it gets a bit cooler, it will hold its shape more, but this is how it looks. I wish my gran knew that I was doing this. Hopefully up there she does. Nowhere near as good as hers. You definitely need to crush the biscuits more than I did, and she definitely did a thicker chocolate top. So I'm gonna redo this recipe. I wonder if I've just read some of it wrongly, the measurements, but it's still good. Wait, never used to crumble like this. That's my fault for the biscuits. So really, really bash up the biscuits to crumbs. And do a thicker chocolate top, but still really good. It's like a bite of my childhood. Anyway, you guys don't want to watch me eat, so I'm gonna end this one here. Please go make this. I will write the recipe below in the description if you want to have a go, and I'll do the amendments to what I think would make it better. But yeah, please let me know if you make it and if you like it, and I'll see you all next time. Hopefully with a cinnamon bun baked with me. Bye guys.